So, how to use the Samson 77 wireless microphone system with the Class 5 classroom discourse recording system. So this is the base unit, this is the receiver. These are the antennas. You want to make sure that the antennas are upright. Okay? When you're storing it and traveling with it, you probably want to move them down so they don't get broken off. But when you're using it, they need to be vertical. Okay? This dial is the volume dial. You want to turn that dial all the way down to 0, right? So that's counterclockwise. That's the way that I turned it. This is the power button. Alright, so the first thing to do with this is get the AC adapter that came with it, which is plugged into this power strip right here, and plug it in the back. Okay? So it's plugged into DC in. Then you have a cable. It's this cable right here. This is an XLR to USB cable. Take this, you put it right here into balanced output. When it goes in, it'll click. That lets you know that it's in right. You can take the other end of this and put it into one of your USB jacks, like so. When you do that, the light will come on. The light is now red. On the back of the Samson, there's a switch right here. It says mic line. What you want to do is have that switch to the right. So it says minus 20 decibels. So that's the side you want it on, to the right. Okay. So now this is almost entirely ready, except we still haven't messed with the transmitter. This is the transmitter. You wear it on your head. It's battery operated. Let me show you really carefully. This is how you take it off. So it's the side that's got the logo on. Push it very gently down and up, and it slides like that. It's pretty delicate. It'd be pretty easy to break. As you can see, I'm trying to break it right now, but it will come out. There we go. It takes one AAA battery. The orientation of the battery is very important, or you'll break it. So the side with the spring is the negative side. It's just like any other battery system. So it snaps in place. And put the cover back on. Like that. Now, it's got a battery, but it's not actually on. There's a switch here. It says power. Slide it in the direction of the arrow, and your mute should not be in the direction of the arrow. So you can see here the mute is to the right. Okay, so that's it. And now you can actually put it on your head. This is a little bit strange, especially if somebody's wearing glasses. This is very strange. So you kind of put it like this. It loops on your ears, right? And this part right here actually rests against the back of your neck. So it is not this. Instead, it's this. Okay? And you can see that this microphone is about at the corner of my mouth. The way that I like to adjust this stuff is I actually put my thumb right here, go across my mouth, and my thumb shouldn't touch this, right? There should be that much space. And it's really meant to be off to the side. It's not meant to be right in front of your mouth. It's meant to be off to the side. And actually, this almost feels a little bit high, but that's probably okay. All right, so now I've got the transmitter on. Push this button on the receiver. This is the power button. And nothing happened. Hold on. Okay, power is on. The light is red. Here you can see RF meter. See how many bars there are? That means that it's actually picking up the signal from the wireless transmitter. If I turn this off, see how it disappears? So I just turned it back on, and now I've got all these bars, okay? So that kind of lets you know that it's receiving. If this thing had a dead battery, if the headset had a dead battery, you would have no bars here, okay? So now I'm going to take this volume dial and I'm going to turn it all the way up. So this is what works for my computer. I have to turn it all the way to the max. Okay? Now this part's a little bit tricky. So, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in the connects now too, so you can see the full configuration. So the connects are already plugged in. I talk about them in a different video. So what I'm doing now is I went to the Start button. I'm in Windows 7. I push on it. I'm going to type audio. And it searches for a while, right? It populates this list. I go up to Manage Audio Devices. Click it. Alright, so this is showing me all the audio devices on my computer. Now, the way it looks on my computer is going to be different from the way it looks on your computer. But your computer should look something like this. So here it says speakers to USB PNP sound device. That is actually this XLR to USB cable thing I showed you earlier. We don't really want that selected. Instead, what we want selected is whatever the internal speaker is for the laptop. So in this case, for my computer, it says Connexent 2585 Smart Audio, blah, blah, blah. So it's got a default device. You can change the default device by right-clicking it. And actually over here, it'll say set as default device. So that's one way that you can do it, right? But we've already got it the way we want, so that's fine. The most important thing is actually recording. So you can see here that there are a bunch of devices. So I've got a Connect microphone array, and as I talk, you can see the levels change. I've got another Connect microphone array. You can see those levels change, okay? And they're faint because they're not pointed at me. They're pointed towards the classroom. I've got another two microphones here. One says to USB PNP sound device. That's actually the headset, right, that I'm wearing right now. That's what I want. What it's got the green check on right now is my internal microphone for my laptop. That is not what I want. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to right-click the to USB PNP sound device. I'm going to set it as default device. Okay? And now I'm going to right-click the internal microphone and I'm going to disable it. Because I don't even want to have to worry about it. I just want it to be disabled, okay? So now this is what mine looks like. I've got two connects, they're enabled, but they're not my defaults. I've got the two USB PNP sound device, and it is the default device. So this is exactly what I want, okay? So now I'm going to click on that, right? It's already got the green check mark. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click Configure. And this is the part that you should have the teacher do. So set up microphone. Okay, I'm wearing a headset microphone. I click Next. It already said the thing about the placement that I talked about before, about having it off to the side of your mouth. Okay, I did not hear anything. Peter dictates to his computer. He prefers it to typing and particularly prefers it to pen and paper. So that's the little phrase that they have you read, and that lets it set up the volume and stuff for you automatically. All right, so I just did it. Oops, it's really strange. I just did it, and you can see here that the levels are pretty good while I speak. Okay, so now it's fine. I'm going to say, okay, so now I've completely configured the microphone. And if I go to the program and start the program, so these are my two connects. They're pointed at the classroom. And then I've got my main window here. And what I've added here is I've added two fields for the school and the class. So you can just put, school 5, whatever the number for the school is, and a similar thing for the class. Let's say this is class 3, okay? So you can see here that both connects are working, and all you have to do to start recording is hit record audio. Hello, my name is Andrew, this is a test. Stop recording, you hit the button again. So what has it done? Now it's made a couple of sound files over here, and I've actually got some old ones here, but you can see today is the 4th, and it's made these two WAV files for the connects, School 5, Class 3, hardware identifier of the connect, Greenwich Mean Time for when it started recording, and the date. And there's a WAV file. And there's a second one for the other connect. The two text files give the location for whoever's speaking in class. There's also one for the teacher, which is this one right here. It says teacher 5-3, gives the time, same as before, and there's a WAV file. So you can just click on that and listen to it if you want.
Hello, my name is Andrew. This is a test.
Okay, so that's what it should sound like when it's working. And thank you.